Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, on Instagram at Movies TV Mad 555, and on TikTok, of course, at Movies TV Mad XXX. Welcome to Movies TV Mad. As I break the news I found out from last night, as we all did, if you were paying attention, that Harry Lennox's body double, stunt double, aka Martian Manhunter, aka General Swanwick, is actually been listed on IMDb as being in the Flash movie, which is huge, isn't it? Absolutely huge. I told you, every single character that's featured in the DCEU movies will be featured in Andy Muschietti Flash movie. This is a directive by the studio. This is about representing everything we've seen thus far, then closing it off, deleting it, rebooting it, but remembering everything that's come before it. And so this is a huge movie. As you know, this movie's been shooting since April. I mean, May, June, July, August. We're in the 5th month now, and it's not close to stopping its shooting. So when I heard this, of course, I wasn't surprised, but still very, very excited. I wonder what the propaganda merchants shouting that they haven't restored the Snyderverse over at WB and are ignoring their wishes, but are putting all these things and elements and characters from the Snyderverse in the Flash movie. Of course, the real trigger train will come in when some of these characters will be deleted forever. But it's interesting with Harry Lennox. With Harry Lennox being in the movie, is he still the Martian Manhunter? He wasn't in Justice League at all. Now, Zack told us, to the build-up of Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut, that the Snyder Cut wasn't canon as far as WB were concerned, and Justice League was canon. But what we're hearing from the Flash production is something of the very opposite. So look, I don't want to challenge Zack's honesty, but maybe he was stirring the pot a little bit here, because it seems that Zack Snyder's Justice League is actually canon. Patty Jenkins said during the build-up of Wonder Woman 1984, I wish I could still have the same opinion of her as I did then, but she said that every DCEU director sees the Snyder Cut as canon and not Justice League. That was a very blatant thing to say, although she has been very blatant and honest all along, maybe not about her movie and her motivations for doing what she did with Wonder Woman 84. But that was a very interesting thing for Patty to say. It does look like that in the Flash movie, Zack Snyder's Justice League is actually canon. And we even hear rumours that the reason Barry does the whole kind of Flashpoint thing is because of what he did in the Snyder Cut. So we're hearing this all the time from insiders. If you go to several messaging boards, people are saying this all the time. And a lot of this stuff on these messaging boards isn't bullshit. It's actually true. I know some people don't believe some of the stuff they hear, but I think, yes, the Snyder Cut is canon in the Flash movie. It's actually the Snyder Cut that's canon in the DCEU. Now, there's a couple of things that really don't work out in terms of the Aquaman movie and Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut, in terms of Mira having the posh accent rather than the other way she spoke. But I think these are little nitpicks, and I don't really think it's a big deal. And considering we're rebooting the whole franchise, in Flashpoint, I'm not surprised that Harry Lennox is in this movie. I'm not surprised, but I'm very excited to hear it being, well, maybe not confirmed, but having his stunt double in the movie says everything we want to know. Of course, IMDb do make mistakes, and I must tell you that. But it sounds, look, from what I've heard, what I've been fed, all the DCEU characters are going to feature, yes, including Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn, including some of James Gunn's characters from his Suicide Squad. And that's not including the past iterations, the non-DCEU live-action iterations of these DC characters from the multiverse. This is a huge movie. That's why we're in the 5th month of shooting. I've said this before and I'll say it again. My experience of Hollywood is these days that they take about 3 months at most to make a movie. I predicted this for The Flash. I didn't know how complex this film was. Maybe I didn't believe this film would be what I hoped it would be and what I wanted it to be, but now with the length of the shoot, of course the COVID kind of pandemic kind of rules around shooting features these days obviously delay things a little bit, but it hasn't delayed Shazam. Shazam took slightly longer, probably because of the COVID guidelines to finish off than the first movie, but it's been a really short shoot. But the Flash movie hasn't. So there's a lot here. It doesn't necessarily mean we're going to get a really epically long movie, although we might do. I mean, I don't think they're afraid of 3-hour movies anymore. Maybe they've learnt their lesson with, you know, cutting down BVS. But I expect this film to be at least 2 hours 20, 2 hours 30 minutes. It's a long film. They have to get through everything. And by the end of this film, you have to understand what's happened. That they've deleted Earth 1, that they're in a new version of Earth 1, or on another Earth. As I've predicted many times, Matt Reeves, the Batman Earth. But that's just a theory and no one's told me anything. Although there were rumours about this, several rumours about this last year. But those rumours have gone cold now. But it's still my ongoing theory. So this is going to change dramatically, but expect all your favourite DCEU characters from Man of Steel onwards to appear in this movie. Now, I don't know about people like Jor-El and Lara, General Zod, because obviously Zod is dead, so you can't see him in the beginning of this movie. But what Flashpoint may do, and it may not be featured in this film, that certain people that died in this universe may come back. It may still be a great celebration of what Snyder created without restoring the Snyderverse. So every time these people go at Warner Brothers, go at the fans who are looking forward to all these DCEU kind of movies and the future, you know, this new era of this live action universe, they get exposed. When you hear that their man's Martian Manhunter, you know, Harry Lennox, is going to be in this movie, what does that say about their agenda and what they're putting forward? Well, it says that their agenda is nothing but propaganda. Are you not going to watch the Flash movie? Are you not going to watch Harry Lennox? Maybe be Martian Manhunter again? Are you not going to watch other versions that Snyder brought, you know, to the DC Extended Universe? Listen, we can go through this again and again and again. What happened with Snyder was everybody's and nobody's fault. These things happen, I'm afraid, when you set your franchise in your universe, you know, off wrongly. There's no accident that people like the MCU. It's not no accident that things have run smoothly. But even yesterday or the day before, Kevin Feige talking about the clusterfuck the production of Thor and the Dark World was. Nothing runs smoothly, but they reshot it and they did a better job of it. But nobody really likes Thor and the Dark World. I think it's an okay, solid movie. I don't know why people hate it that much, but it's not one of the loved movies, and that was after Avengers. But even though people hated that movie, people were still always supporting the MCU because of what a great job Joss and Kevin did with the first Avengers movie. That movie changed everything for the MCU, but they were still making mistakes after Avengers, like they did a little bit pre-Avengers. I mean, there was the Dark World, and there was Iron Man 3, which upset a lot of people with the Mandarin. You will love the Mandarin in Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I have seen that film. Very good movie. Go out and support it. Deserves supporting. Great MCU movie. Maybe even one of the best because it's got a great core story, great characters. I really did enjoy it. But let's get back to the DCEU because this is what we talk about mostly on this channel. Of course, I'm not opposed to talking MCU on this channel. But very exciting. It looks like Harry Lennox will be in the Flash movie. Now, just before I close this video off, we haven't really discussed this. Right, we know now exclusively, well not exclusively, but we know now that there will be a sneak peek of the Flash movie at DC Fandom. In the comments below, every person who's watched this video, I want your thoughts on this. What will it be? Well, listen, what would advertise this movie the most? Now, there's certain things they're never going to show us, not even in any trailers in the future, things that they want to be surprises. They're not going to show us their whole hand, just like the people who have put together the marketing for Spider-Man No Way Home. It's the same as, that film is exactly doing the same thing as the Flash movie. There's so many different iterations of live action characters from Marvel live action, both MCU and other kind, you know. and this is what they're doing in the Flash movie. What sneak peek would I show people? Well, I think there's only one. It's Barry Allen and Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne or Batman. That's what we want to see. Will they wait till the movie's released to show us a Michael Keaton in the suit in a sneak peek, or could they do it in the movie? I personally think we are going to see a sequence of Michael Keaton's Batman or Bruce Wayne with Ezra Miller's Barry Allen. That's the big selling point. And, you know, if you're worried about fandom trending against Restore the Snyderverse on the day, don't be. Because with that film, if they do show Keaton and Miller together in a sneak peek, it is going to break the fucking internet, right? You will not be able to stop it. But on the day of fandom, it's going to trend higher than anything. We know that, especially in entertainment. Entertainment social media will break that day. People are interested in fandom. Don't listen to the acolytes. They're just bitter, and that's fine. I understand why you're angry, but you can't stop this train. The multiverse strategy train has got its coal in, it's full of steam, and it's going full steam ahead. This is Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Yes, it looks like Harry Lennox, Martian Manhunter, will be in the Flash movie. Comment down below, give me your thoughts, and I'll see you again in the next video. Don't forget to smash that notification little button so you never miss this perfection. And like. I will see you again in the next video.